All right. All right. We are back. How are you doing, everybody? Welcome to the show. Fantastic. Very, very excited. Oh, I hope you can hear me. Welcome to Mindset Live. This is a show where we talk about practical tools that you can use to end the torture of the psychological mind. I am your host, Professor Nez. So happy you can join me. We're going to be talking about the ultimate currency. The ultimate currency. What is the ultimate currency? I mean, I had a really great conversation with my students today. We're going to talk about how you need to be an effective communicator, why you need to be an effective communicator, and why that is something that is going to enable you financial success, why that is something that's going to enable you personal, professional, academic, whatever it is. This is the key. The ability to use this dude and the ability to use this dude. I'm going to go live on Facebook. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave comments. I can see it. I have my desktop here as well. Please leave comments. Just give me a second. We're going to talk about some really, really cool stuff today. I am going to go live right now on Facebook as well, doing a dual broadcast. Had a great conversation with my students today, and I want to talk to you guys about what do I mean, the ultimate currency. Okay, so just give me just a second. Gonna go live on Facebook as well. Okay, here we go. Fantastic. Welcome back, Facebook. We're talking about the ultimate currency. We're talking about why you need to have this mindset, why you need to understand that all the currency in the world, all the money in your bank account, all the pieces of paper that certify you, that say you have a degree, that tell you all of your qualifications, your resume, your cover letter, your CV, what have you, it doesn't matter. If you don't have the ability to communicate who you are in here with this dude, okay, and this dude, your ability to speak effectively, your ability to communicate with purpose, okay, and your ability to write well and write effectively and get that message across, okay, both in written form and oral form, why that is so important. And then the epicenter of this, the glue to all this, the absolute core of the core to all this is the ultimate currency, how well you communicate with actual purpose. Okay, just adjusting my camera here for a little bit. YouTube, welcome Facebook. So excited to have you with us. If you don't mind sharing, I would love that. Had a little bit of technical difficulties before. I hope the sound is coming through. Hope you can hear me. Please leave a comment. Tech for your needs. Yeah. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. What do you mean, Professor Nez? What do you mean is the ultimate currency? What exactly does that mean? I speak all the time at all sorts of events, at all sorts of conferences, all sorts of seminars. I teach courses every single semester, upwards of double digits sometimes, courses per semester, per term. I teach at companies, at organizations. I teach at universities. I'm all over the place. And what I find is your ultimate currency. What I find is the absolute utmost to effectively getting your message across and effectively being something unique, something individual, something that makes you stand apart is your ability to back up your word. Your name, your word. Those are the two things that you can never, ever buy back. It doesn't matter how much money you have in the entire universe, okay? It does not matter. It doesn't matter how much you have in the bank account, okay? Your ultimate currency is how real you are, how authentic you are. I see it all the time, ladies and gentlemen. I see it all the time. Nez Nation in the house. Nez Nation in the house. I see it all the time. I don't want you guys to fall prey to this. And I'm going to come up with a perfect example. I would love to hear your feedback and comments. People think, okay, first of all, you go out. You want to sell something, okay? You want to create a business. You want to work for an organization. You want to work for a company. You go out for an interview. You go out to accrue clients. You go out to accrue different types of customers and different types of audiences, right? To engage in whatever your purpose is, correct? How do you do that? How do you do that? Well, one thing that I see all the time when I'm doing these gigs that I do every single year, one thing that you absolutely, I think, and it's this huge misnomer, it's this huge myth that in order to do this, in order to be an effective communicator, in order to be effective in sales, in order to be a good storyteller, a good author, a good speaker, able to give presentations effectively, you have to be some kind of slick asshole. That's just not true. That is just absolutely not true. If you undermine your audience, if you underestimate your audience, you're in a world of hurt. Let me tell you this. I see this all the time. People going out there, giving presentations, okay? People out there going out there and giving their keynotes, giving their sales presentations, their seminars, their symposiums, their lectures, what have you. It doesn't matter what it is. I see it all the time, folks. And, I go backstage and I talk to them, or I see them in the lounge, or I see them in the green room, or what have you, and I talk to them and I say, so, wow, so you've actually, how long have you been doing this? How long have you been building businesses? How long have you been, teaching at the university level? How many books have you have published? Or how many, you talk a lot about writing, you talk a lot about communication. And these are the kinds of people that I run into, and they tell me, no, I haven't done any of that stuff. As a matter of fact, I have no credentials. As a matter of fact, I have no ethos. I have no credibility. I'm just a good talker. Wait, excuse me? Huh? What was that? You're just a good talker? Okay, if you think that you can fool your audience, if you underestimate your audience like that, yes, I think in the short term, in the short fix, you may get rich. You may get, a lot of money. You might get the big dollars in the short term, but in the long term, definitely not. You are going to be found out, my friend. You do not have to be a slick a-hole to be an effective communicator. You do not have to have this car salesman-y type of persona, or you don't have to be an extrovert. You don't have to be somebody who is good with people or somebody who loves people even. No, the only criteria, ladies and gentlemen, Nez Nation, please heed this call. The only criteria is you have to be real. You have to know what you're talking about. You have to actually put in the research, put in the work, put in the time, pay your dues. I used to hate it when I was a kid and my parents told me that. I used to resent them sometimes, as a matter of fact. I used to think to myself, God, I don't want to hear that kind of stuff. I'm sick and tired of, I know what it's like, okay? I get it. I get it. That's why I don't want to run a theoretical show. I don't want to do any kind of theoretical practicum or curriculum. I don't want to have no theory here. This has to be experiential. Test my shit in the real world. See why it matters. See how it applies. If it doesn't apply, then you throw that away. If it doesn't apply, then you throw it away. I didn't want to hear all that talk about, you got to do this, you got to do that. You have to pay. I mean, I've heard that term before, hard work, pay your dues. It didn't have any resonance with me, okay? Because I just wasn't in the right mindset. So this is all about mindsets here. You go out for any position, okay? You go out for any job. You go out for any type of title, label, any type of department, what have you. It does not matter. Your ability to use this dude, okay, your ability to speak and to speak well, your ability to use this dude, your ability to write and communicate, whether it's through digital means, through non-digital means, through snail mail, through personal letters, doesn't matter, is everything, folks. It's everything, okay? But it doesn't mean you have to be slick. Your ultimate currency is owning your own energy, okay? You don't have to be like me, crazy, maniacal, in your face, a lot of energy, hyper. You don't have to be like that at all. Okay, my wife is the exact opposite of me, okay? But she owns her energy. She's very quiet, very subdued. A lot of people would probably call her an introvert. That's why we work so well together. We balance each other out. How's the audio coming through there, Tech for Your Needs? Look at what Tech for Your Needs says. I want to read this. You are your own currency. You need to market yourself to be your own, the brand. You must put in the work and it will speak for itself. Audience engagement, participation is very important with your community. That is your brand. Your audience is the key to your success. Absolutely. Also be real and authenticity. If not, they will see through you. Beautiful. This is why I love Nez Nation. This is why I love you guys. This is beautiful. This is awesome. Thank you so much. And it's Hernano, right? Correct? I know Tech for Your Needs is your channel. Beautiful stuff. Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. You hear all these phrases, you hear all these terms, be real, just be just be real, man, just be yourself. And I don't want to sound too bumper stickery, okay, but I want to take it to another kind of place. I want to talk about something else. It's about just understanding the significance, okay? You don't have to love communication, you don't have to love writing, you don't have to love speaking, okay? Just understand that your fear of getting up there, your fear of actually engaging, needs to be trumped by your fear of never, ever seeking and grasping that opportunity. That's the absolute key. And, you don't have to be slick. You don't have to be one of these guys. You just don't. Thank you so much for the comment there, Tech for Your Needs. Yes, Hernano. Yes, all right. Good to see you. Good to see you. Fantastic. Please share this if you wouldn't mind. It would really mean the world to me. Your ultimate currency is your name and your word. I was mentioning this earlier. I want to talk about this and then I'll wrap up. I don't want to do too long of a video. I've been all my YouTube videos and my live broadcasts have been going like post 45 minutes. Lately they've been going really long, and I get so fired up. I get so into it. I want to just bring it to you guys, Nez Nation, every single day, 24/7, 365. I want to bring it for you guys every single day. So I get so excited, but I want to keep on course here. So I mentioned it earlier that your name and your word, those are two things, Nez Nation. Those are two things that you can never, ever buy back, is your name and your word. Doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank. Doesn't matter how many cars you have, how many houses you have, how many Gucci Louis Vuittons you have, right? It doesn't make an ounce of a difference, okay? You can have all the money in the world, but if your name and your word don't mean jack, you got zilch. You got goose egg as far as I'm concerned. You got nothing. That's why if you go out here and you think that I have to be slick, I have to be some kind of BS artist, or I have to be some kind of, con person to be somebody who has wealth or somebody who has riches, or I have to be some kind of a shyster, is the only way. Somebody who's really slick. Again, there's that adjective again. I'm telling you right now, in the short term, maybe you might fool 1, 2, 3, maybe even 10 audiences. You might fool, but you're not going to fool all of them. And when it comes to hit you like a ton of bricks, you're going to come across that. Finally, the audience is going to be like, you know what? Enough is enough. You're full of it, dude. You're full of it, dudette. You're in big trouble. Everything is going to start slipping backwards fast. Faster than a speeding bullet. That will kill you, Nez Nation. I don't want to see any of you go through that. Your ultimate currency is your name and your word. Do they mean anything? Do they have a backbone? Are they supported by credible evidence, credible thinking, intelligence, actual experience in the domain that you're communicating about? In the domain that you're selling with your product, with your company, with your organization, with your life coaching, with your yoga. Are you really a yoga instructor? How long have you studied yoga? And I don't mean just reading a book by Oprah. I'm saying, have you actually gone and studied it? Have you researched it? Are you a practitioner? Are you somebody who eats, sleeps, and breathes it? People can smell that stuff coming a million miles away. Your ultimate currency is your name and your word. And yes, Hernano said it fantastically beautiful. You have to be authentic. That's it. Don't be like me. Don't be like anybody. Don't be like anybody. My channel slogan, Tech for Your Needs, to enrich your life for a better tomorrow. Don't let technology run your life. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Very well said. Yeah. Balance. Balance is everything. I've seen some of the most effective speakers, some of the most effective salespeople very rarely use any sort of hyperbolic gesture, any histrionics, any elevation, even in volume and pitch. They've stayed very And it's extremely powerful. The difference is that they own their energy. They own their ultimate currency, okay? And that's coming from that source. That's coming from that place that is truly only you. I've said this to my students a million times. There may be 1,000,000,000,000,000,000 people who are similar to you, but nobody in the universe is exactly molecule for molecule just like you. Nobody in the universe. There's only one Ernano. There's only one Professor Nez. There's only one, Beyonce. There's only one Tony Robbins. There's people who are similar. There might even be some imposters, right? There might even be some followers, some fakers, some really good impersonators. Okay? You don't have to be like anybody else. Your ultimate currency lies in here. Your ultimate currency lies in you staying true, okay, to what fuels your passion, what inspires you, what gets you cooking, okay? What do you obsess over day in and day out? One thing I like about Grant Cardone, I don't like a lot about him, but there is some shit that I like about him, is this idea of obsession. What is that thing that you can't not do, okay? What is that thing that you just can't stop doing it? You just need to do it all the time. You go to work, you come back, you're obsessed. Even when you're at work, you're thinking about this thing, you're obsessed. Find out, okay, what gets this thing pumping. Find out what gets your blood boiling, okay, and go after that. Because people can smell it coming. If you're just doing it for the money, if you're just doing it for the quick fix, if you're just in it, okay, to kind of fool people, and if you're just in it short term, it's not going to have any longevity, and you're going to waste the ultimate currency. You're going to waste the ultimate wealth. My man Warren Buffett says it best. It takes a lifetime to build a reputation. It takes minutes to lose it. It takes a lifetime to build a reputation, and it takes less than minutes. I would say it takes 5 seconds flat to lose it. Maybe even quicker than that. Your ultimate currency is your ability to match what you love, your ability to equate what you love, okay, with some type of ability to communicate that with purpose, with effectiveness. And it doesn't have to emulate anybody. It doesn't have to model anybody. You can learn from people. You can be inspired by people, okay? But staying within your realm is everything. Staying within your capacity, within your own personal dynamics, okay, is everything, within your own authenticity. Because that's the only way that people are going to react. That's the only way it's going to resonate, all right? And I think that it's a teachable skill. I really do. It's something that I advocate all the time. Because I wasn't always like this. I wasn't always an effective communicator. I wasn't always somebody who could look you in the eye and tell you how I feel, what my story is, where I'm coming from. Somebody who loves to share and inspire. Somebody who teaches courses every single day on mindsets, on effective communication approaches, on effective growth and team dynamics and organizational leadership. I mean, I wasn't always like this. It took a lot of hard work. It took a lot of research. It took a lot of studying. It took a lot of failing. It took a lot of doing, a lot of experiencing. Experiential. It has to be experiential. So, I mean, I see this all the time. I'm seeing people even all over social media, claiming that they're experts, claiming that they know this, claiming that they know that. Where the hell have you been? How can you be an expert if I've never heard of you? How can you be an expert if I've never seen you? How can you be an expert if you've never written anything? If you've never done what you say that you advocate for, what you teach? Who are you? And I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm just saying people think they see these people, right? They see these individuals out there every single day, and they're loud and their noise is getting attention. They see these people and go, man, do I have to be like that? No, you do not have to be like that, Nez Nation. Not even close. Your ultimate currency lies in you owning your own approach, owning your own path. Owning it, like truly with conviction, not passively, not half-assedly. Like you got to go all the way. As I say to my students every single day, you go all in on you and you'll never lose. You may think you're losing, but you're not losing. You go all in on you and you'll never lose. Invest in this dude first. Invest in yourself before you invest in anything else. Okay? So, my example, 2 things you can never buy back in this world: your name and your word. Doesn't matter if you got $1 billion in the bank. Your reputation is slung in the mud. Hasta la pasta. See ya. 2 things you cannot buy back: your name and your word. Perfect example, Bill Cosby. I dare you to find me a better example, Nez Nation. Perfect example is Bill Cosby. I dare you. I dare you to find me a better example. Here's a guy who literally was considered, okay, the, Babe Ruth of comedy, right? The Mickey Mantle of comedy. Here's somebody who was absolutely considered the legend, the true legend of comedy, the greatest of all time. And, I actually used to use some of his presentations. I used to use some of his stand-up specials in my communication courses, especially my speech courses, my public speaking courses, right? I don't do that shit anymore. Hell no. I got a daughter, right? And if you don't know the story behind Bill Cosby, all these 40, 50 women coming out, and really you see this similar pattern of these accusations. You see this similar, very, very parallel kind of methodology that he used to take advantage of them. Not on my watch, my friend. I got a daughter. You even think about doing something like that to, oh man, forget it. You better lock me up in the darkest dungeon, or you better take me out, because I'm going to keep coming. Not on my watch, sir. Not on my watch. He started getting all of his honorary degrees revoked. He started losing. This dude was in his 80s. He's got all the money in the world. He doesn't have to work another day in his life. But his word, his name, goose egg. Goose egg. Your ultimate currency. Your ultimate currency, Nez Nation. Your name and your word. What do you stand for? Where's your integrity? Where's your dignity? Do you mean what you say? Can you back it up? Can you back up what you say? Can you support this evidentiary with evidence, concrete specifics, something tangible? 2 things you cannot buy back. Does not matter. Bill Cosby's got millions and millions of dollars, if not maybe even billions. I don't even know. And his reputation, nobody wants to go near him. Nobody wants to go near him. So when you see these advertisements, or you see these applications, or these job posts, or these requisites for candidacy and vacancies, and you see communications on there, you see must be an excellent communicator, must be an excellent writer, right? Have great writing skills, great communication skills, great leadership skills. A lot of my students, and you might be one included, a lot of my students, they think the same thing. They think, well, I don't have that. I know what those kind of people are like, and they're very, very slick, and they're people, and I'm just not that type of person. So you give up, you quit. Your ultimate currency is you. Basically, let's just wrap all this up, okay? We're just dilly-dallying around it. You just gotta be you. That's the only criteria. You gotta be you, and you gotta be you 10x. You gotta be you all the way. You gotta dive deep into you. That's really it. I hope you got value out of this. I really want you guys to succeed. Excuse me. Don't you just love sneezing on live video? It's the best. If I may, just really quickly, I just want to first say thank you so much for joining me live. I love you guys so much. You mean everything to me. I thought I had pretty good Dracula technique there, didn't I? When I cover my sneeze, I kind of like that method. I tell my students to use that method too. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was valuable to you. I hope this inspired you in some way. It would really mean everything to me if you could share this. And, maybe invite some of your friends to check it out. Maybe they can get something out of it. Just really quickly, I'd like to talk about a brand new talk show. I know some of you have already heard this. I'm going to be executing a brand new talk show on Facebook. and I'm going to probably simulcast it on Twitter, and then I will repurpose it on YouTube in a separate playlist. But I'm going to be doing something that I've never done before, something I'm very, very excited about. I'm going to be producing a talk show where it's something, and I kind of joked around, I want to be the Jay Leno of Facebook Live, and you know, even though I said that kind of jokingly, I do really mean it. I really feel that I'm that good at it, and that I can really bring a lot of value at it. And again, this has nothing to do with narcissism or ego. This just has to do with knowing what I'm good at. Just has to do with being very, very hyperbolically aware of the things that I'm not good at. Okay, there's a lot of stuff that I'm not good at. A lot, Nesda. I know that comes as a real big shocker. But there's a lot that I'm not good at. Some of you are shaking your head. How could that be possible? He's good at everything. There's a lot I'm not good at. Don't worry about it. Just ask my wife. But when it comes to having conversations, when it comes to engagement, when it comes to communication, when it comes to doing this kind of thing, I think I am Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all time. And that's just because I stay within my framework. Okay, I stay within my path. I stay within my domain, and you know, I don't need to veer too far out of it. Okay, and I love it, and I love it. And you know, we're talking about the ultimate currency here, but gosh, people, there is no virus on the planet. There is not one affliction that you can name. Ebola's got nothing on this, okay? AIDS, nothing, right? Cancer, nothing has. The most infectious virus is your passion, is enthusiasm. That is the most infectious virus. When you're around somebody who's enthusiastic and it's authentic, it's not all fake and it's not all forced, I mean, there's nothing more contagious than that. And so I do a lot of shows on mindset and communication, and I love my Mindset Live show, but I'm going to be veering into just something to kind of counterbalance this, and I'd love your feedback. I'd love your thoughts on it as well. I'd love to get your take, but I'm going to be, and I've already got a couple of guests who, you know, have already agreed to be on the show, and literally it's just going to be very, very loose, really unstructured, much unlike everything else I do, right? Because everything I do is so structured. And just really having interesting conversations about interesting things. I mean, all this stuff is probably going to come up, I'm sure, mindsets and communication and the world today and breaking news, and but really something loose and fun in the style of like a Tonight Show type of vibe, where it's really just, you know, fun and humorous in nature. How many times have I said the word fun? And yeah, so I'm really hoping for your support in that, and that's going to be coming very shortly. I'm getting a lot of the resources that I need are on their way, and a lot of the equipment that I need is on its way. And, you know, so I'm putting it together, and you're going to obviously hear about it. It's going to be coming out hopefully pretty soon. In the next couple of weeks, we'll be launching the show, and you're going to hear about it. And so I'm very, very excited about that. And I just wanted to kind of mention that. I love you guys. You guys are fantastic. I'll go ahead and see if there are any questions. If anybody has any questions, I would love to answer them, or I'd love to talk about them just very briefly. I don't want to be on too much longer. But if there are any questions, I would love to answer them. If not, I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to say hasta la pasta. Because I got to get to my family. And I got stuff to do. It's Saturday. I actually don't have a class in the morning for the first time of the week. Yes, I work 6 days a week. Anybody have any questions out there for Professor Nez? Questions about what your ultimate currency is? Questions about what we've been talking about? Questions about maybe my new show? I'm going to take a quick sip of water. Let you guys gather your thoughts and your questions. Thank you so much, Tech for Your Needs. Thank you, Sitara, for watching. She's a student of mine. Thank you, everybody from Snapchat, from Instagram. So grateful. You guys are just awesome. It really means the world to me that you guys check this stuff out and you guys get value out of this. It means absolutely everything. I love live. I could do a lot of this stuff pre-recorded, especially on YouTube, but I love live. I do not have the mobile app. If you haven't heard the news, there is an ability to go live on YouTube with your mobile phone if you have 10,000 subscribers, which, I'm really only 9,820 away. I don't know, I'm not good at math. So I'm not that far away, y'all. But yeah, so really, really big news there. I love the live format, and I'm going to be actually doing a lot more. I was going to say live broadcasting, but I always do live broadcasting. I'm going to do a lot more educational stuff geared around methods, tactics, strategies for going live, and how you can leverage live video for whatever purpose you need, whether it's for business or whether it's for a cause or whether it's just you want to have a voice, a platform to speak about things that you care about, that you inspire you, that you want to share. Be on the lookout for that too. A lot of things coming, Nez Nation. A lot of things coming from Professor Nez. I mean, we are jamming. We are cooking. A lot of things in the pipeline, Nez Nation. Growth. I want to grow. I want to reach. I want, as many of you as possible to hopefully get some value out of this and hopefully get something that you can use, practical tools you can use every single day in your life, okay? Not theory. This has nothing to do with theory. Practicality. It's all about practicality. A ninja pragmatist. That's what it's all about. Okay. Well, I'm going to take off, y'all. I'm very, very happy, very, very grateful. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, what in the world is wrong with you? You have got to go subscribe, for crying out loud. I mean, get on it, will you? I mean, you'll always get notified whenever I do this, and how you wouldn't want to miss this, would you? I know I wouldn't. So, go subscribe. Go to my YouTube channel. Go subscribe. If you're watching this on the replay, thank you. Love you guys. Please share. Means the world to me. Thank you guys. Thank you, YouTube. I'm going to cut you guys right now. YouTube. Love you guys. You are the best. Facebook. Thank you.